Your level 2 exam is only 3 months away. Are you overwhelmed with how much you still need to cover? Are you stressed out? Are you looking for help? If I have just described your situation, then this video is for you. We are offering a crash course that can help you get ready for the level 2 exam in June 2017. Now understand that your preparation needs to happen at 3 levels. One is the reading level, then the topic level, and then the overall curriculum level. So at a reading level, you have to review a reading, make sure you understand the key concepts, and then practice questions related to that reading. So if you are working on quant, you will do this for reading 9, which is the first reading in quant, then you will do it for the next reading, and so on until you are done with the quant readings. Then you practice at the topic level. So you do practice questions related to quantitative methods. After quant, you do the same with economics and then FRA, corporate finance, and the remaining topics. Once you are done with all the topics, then you need to prepare at the curriculum level, and that is best done by practicing several mock exams. Now let's discuss this strategy in more detail. We'll start with a reading-wise review. What you need to do here is get an understanding of the core concepts from each reading. Let's say again that you are starting with reading 9, which has to do with correlation and regression. You can get a sense for the key points by listening to our summary videos. If you feel you are very weak on a particular reading, then you can listen to the regular videos, which are longer. I hope that in your studies you've been making some notes, so you can go revise those notes. If you don't have your notes, you can refer to our summary slides where we have captured the most important points related to each reading. And if you want more details, then you can look at the IFT notes. The review in of itself is important but not enough. Once you review the key points for a reading, then you have to practice. And here are the major sources of practice on a reading level. There are examples in every reading, so I would want you to work through those curriculum examples. If you feel that's too time consuming, if you feel you don't have enough time, then at least read through those examples and understand what's going on. The curriculum practice problems are absolutely essential. So these are the problems at the end of every reading. You must do these problems on your own, and then you should look at the solutions. I in fact often recommend that these practice problems should be done 3 times before the exam. So you can do these early in your prep, somewhere in the middle, and then in the last few days. If you need more practice, you can go to the IFT Q Bank. We have created practice questions for every reading, and those practice questions are in the Q Bank. But I want to emphasize here that if you don't have enough time, then this is the most important. The curriculum practice problems are the most important. Given how much time you have remaining, you should be spending between 1 and 2 days per reading. There are some readings such as multinational operations or some of the readings in derivatives which will take more time. So on those readings you can spend about 2 days, whereas shorter readings can take a day or sometimes even less than a day. If you are spending too much time on one reading, then obviously that's a problem because you will not be able to finish your course on time, and you just cannot afford to leave anything out. Your exam can contain questions from any reading, and there is absolutely no choice involved. So you must know at least something about every reading. Once you are done with a topic, then you need to do topic-wise practice. So as I just said, quant has several readings. You finish those quant readings, and then you practice questions related to the full topic. The best source for topic-wise practice is CFA Institute online tests. To access these tests, you need to log on to the CFA Institute website. If you have time, then also work through IFT quizzes. These quizzes are organized on a topic by topic level. So again, once you are done with a topic and you are done with these online tests, then you can work through IFT quizzes. We have created a basic formula sheet which is organized by topic, and I suggest that you have a printout of this sheet available And as you work through practice problems and as you work through cases over here, you can jot down your points on the formula sheet. Also, make sure that when you don't understand something, you go back and review and revise the relevant material. This is why I'm suggesting that for every topic you spend 2 or 3 days. So let's just say that on FRA you spend a day or two per reading. So overall, going through each reading takes, let's say, 6 to 7 days. Then when you are doing these questions, you will notice that there are some things that you didn't quite understand. When you do a case, then you need to carefully go over all the answers. So that can take between 2 and 3 days. And finally, you come to the overall practice phase. So you are done with all the topics. Now you need to work through mock exams. IFT offers a total of 3 mock exams, so you can do those. But before your exam, you must do the mock exam that is offered by the CFA Institute. This again can be accessed by logging onto the CFA Institute website. As you are working through these mock exams, you are practicing questions related to all the topics, and you will again notice that there are things that you have forgotten. So there will be items that you need to review, revise. This is also the time when you need to make sure that you remember all the facts and you memorize all the relevant formulas. So this is where the formula sheet also comes in handy. But notice that with my formula sheet, it is something that you need to put your notes on also. I have just given the very basic formulas. You might need to add some formulas. You might need to put in your comments about the interpretation of the formulas. But key point is that when you walk into your exam, you need to know the relevant formulas very well. If you are starting late and you just have 3 months between now and the exam, then I would say that you should schedule at least 10 days for this overall practice. So in these 10 days, you need to do at least 3 or 4 mock exams, and then you need to spend time reading the solutions and making sure that your concepts are clear. So this is the proposed plan, and in essence, given the number of readings and topics, this will take about 90 days. So this is essentially a 90-day plan for the level 2 exam. If you are watching this video with only, let's say, 60 days left, then you need to crunch these numbers. So then you just have on average a day per reading, and instead of 2 to 3 days per topic, then you just need to spend 1 to 2 days per topic. And perhaps this then comes down to 7 days. Again, not recommended, but sometimes the situation is such that you just have less time, in which case you need to crunch in more study into a shorter period of time. On this slide, I simply want to make a point that the material you get from IFT complements the curriculum. I have talked about learning and reviewing. The CFA Institute offers its curriculum with long explanations. At this stage, unfortunately, you don't have time to read through these explanations. These can be your backup resource. It would be more efficient for you to listen to our summary videos and to read our summary slides. So these give you the most important information in a very short period of time. Where you feel you need a little more detail, you can listen to our regular videos, but these are not part of the crash course. These need to be purchased separately. Where you feel it will help, you can also refer to IFT notes. In terms of reading wise practice, I always recommend that you first do the curriculum examples and curriculum practice problems. If you feel you need more practice, then you can work through the IFT Q banks. And with these practice problems, as I said before, you should do them multiple times before the exam. Coming now to topic-wise practice, the best source is online tests. Once you've done these tests and you need more practice, then you can work through IFT quizzes. And finally, it is important to do some mock exams before your actual exam. So this is a mock exam that you must do if you want to attempt multiple mock exams, and I would highly recommend that you do that. Then IFT also makes mock exams available. So between all these resources shown over here, you have enough to prepare well for the level 2 exam. On this slide, I want to tell you explicitly what is available as part of IFT's level 2 crash course. You get the summary videos and slides. You get a basic formula sheet, IFT notes, the IFT Q bank, topic quizzes, mock exams. We'll give you 3 full-length mock exams, and these will be available by 31st March. Note, however, that one of the mock exams overlaps with the quizzes. Mocks 2 and 3 are completely independent of the quizzes. And finally, we make a Q&A library available. These are basically videos that I have created in response to questions that students have asked. If you are interested in the Level 2 crash course, then please visit this page. And my final words of advice, as always, are practice, practice, practice. No matter how much you read and study, it is almost impossible to pass the Level 2 exam without a lot of practice. So make sure you practice a lot.